Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on inside the Bowman Center here on the campus of Albright College as we are live here on the Albright Sports Network for our Crowne Plaza Tournament men's basketball game here in Reading, Pennsylvania. I'm Tyler Trumbauer. Thank you all for joining us here on this Sunday afternoon here in Berks County. The first game of the Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament already in the books as Virginia Wesleyan earned a big 104-64 win over Cabrini to move to tomorrow's championship contest of this two-day event. And now it is the host Albright Lions ready to take on the Devils of FDU-Florham. And we're meeting the starting lineups for both teams. First, let's meet the starting lineups for the Devils. Number 2, Joseph Nigro, a freshman from South River, New Jersey. Number 11, Kenneth LaRocca. Number 12, Andy Florentine. Number 13, Oliver Ortman. And number 30, Andrew Schultz. The starting lineups for Albright Lions: number 0, Troy Smoot Jr. Number 2, DeLacio Dancy. Number 5, Sam Majekadumi. Number 13, Sidney Brown. Number 14, Isaiah Harris. The head coach of the Lions, Rick Ferry, in his 19th season at the helm. Albright 6-4 this season. And for the Devils, their head coach by Jeff Slanovic in his second season. And the Devils are 4-5 this year. The winner of this game will advance to face Virginia Wesleyan in tomorrow's championship contest. And the loser will play in the consolation game. If you're looking to come out to those games tomorrow, the championship game is at 4 p.m. and the consolation game precedes it at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon right here at the Bowman Center. You're more than welcome to come on out and cheer on these teams to wrap up the annual Albright Holiday Tournament with the Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament here at the Bowman Center, the usual annual event here in Berks County. Last year's champion Newman won in overtime over Rosemont. Those two teams not in the event this year. Going back to 2017 was the last time Albright won the championship game. They beat the College of New Jersey 69-64 in the championship game back in 2017. They're going to try to get back to the championship game this year. They finished 4th to the Lions last year out of the 4 teams in this tournament. Susquehanna beat Albright 69-67 in that consolation game. Albright fell to Rosemont 73-65 in their semifinal game in last year's tournament. So here we go, 20 minutes on the clock, first half between Albright and Farley Dickinson Florham. And we are underway here inside the Bowman Center. Once again, thank you all for tuning in here on the Albright Sports Network. Albright on offense to start. Trying to get it a low block, and our first foul of the day is going to be on the Devils. It's going to be on number 11, Kenneth LaRocca. That one's stolen away. Devils now on offense for the first time here this afternoon. And this one, turnaround 3, rims in and out, no good. Both teams coming up empty-handed in their first possession now here. Albright trying to work quickly. There's a transition 3, they got it. Sidney Brown, the junior from Sicklerville, New Jersey, gets the 3 to fall. As a team, Albright shooting just 29.6% from beyond the arc coming into today's contest. FDU doesn't do much better. They're at 34, but both teams' first baskets of the days are trays, as number 13, Oliver Ortman, gets that tray to fall for the Devils, and we're knotted at 3 here less than 2 minutes into our semifinal number 2 of the 2019 Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament. And that one short, no good by Majekadumi. Devils can take their first lead of the day. Here's a 3 from way downtown. That one's no good. Rebound for the Lions. Drive, thought about the kick. It got tipped, popped up, and stolen away by the Devils. FDU-Florham now in action, still tied at 3 here. 2 minutes into the contest. They thought about another tray there. They thought better of it. LaRocca hands it off now. Schultz with it. Andrew Schultz. And that one's nearly stolen away by Majeka Dume. Out of bounds. It'll say it's off the Devils, and it'll be Lions basketball. Devils coach Jeff Slanovic just saying to his team, why is everyone starting slow? Why is everyone walking around? Wants to see a little bit more higher energy from his team, and that will certainly help. An errant pass, turnover. Devils pushing forward, trying to turn defense and offense. Transition 3, got it. And another tray for the Devils is good. Kenneth LaRocca gets it to go for 3, and that's back-to-back trays for him, and it's 6-3 now. Isaiah Harris gets that basket to fall quickly. Now it's 6-5, and what was a slow start offensively for both teams in this game. Now it's 6-5 here. 17-10 left in the opening half. LaRocca with it at the top of the key. Now he works to the near side. Man-to-man defense by the Lions here. They get past his defender, and he lays it in for 2. LaRocca with a 3, now a 2. To add to his credit to make it 8-5 now in favor of the Devils. Their largest lead of the day of 3. Now here's a step inside the arc. That counts for 2 for Sidney Brown as he initially pump faked the 3, brought it underneath the arc and got the 2 to go to make it 8-7. Now here's a step back 3. That one just off the front of the rim, no good, but a long rebound chased down by the Devils. Now here's another 3, second chance. That's no good. So it remains a 1-point ball game in favor of the Devils. And this a floater in the lane. That one is good by Samuel Majeka-Dume. And timeout Farley Dickinson, a 30-second. As he didn't like the start here for this team. 9-8, Albright takes the lead. Their first advantage since they led 3-0 with that opening tray that they had. As we mentioned, Albright 6-4 this year coming into the holiday tournament. The event that's been going on for quite a while, dating back decade plus. Plenty of different teams have competed in it. Among those recent ones we talked about, Susquehanna, Newman, Rosemont, Gettysburg, Misericordia, New Jersey City, the College of New Jersey, Penn State, Harrisburg, just to name a few. Substitution for the Devils coming out of the timeout. LaRocca going to the bench, coming in for him is number 3, Cameron St. Till, the junior guard from Piscataway, New Jersey. As we have the Devils with the basketball out of the timeout. Under 16 minutes to go here in half number 1. Skip pass over to the near side. Shot clock now at 10. Devils, here's another 3. That one no good. I said coming into the game, FDU-Florham shooting just 36% from beyond the arc. And I apologize, I got to correct myself. I mentioned earlier Albright shot 29% from beyond the arc. As a team, correction, it is actually 35% for Albright. 9-8 Lions. Here's another tray. That one's good for number 12, Andy Florentine, for the tray to make it 11-9 now in favor of the visitors, who they'll reclaim the lead after trailing 9-8 there for a bit. So it's been a lot of threes for FDU-Florham. They're 3 for 8 from beyond the arc. Albright's tried just one and made it. Now here's another steal and pass up ahead. Transition basket is good for FDU-Florham as they got it up ahead to Ortman, the North Caldwell, New Jersey native, who lays it in for 2. Now it's 13-9 in favor of the Devils. Their largest lead of the day, but it doesn't last long. Count it, and a foul. As the Lions get it to the low block, they'll lay it in for 2 does Isaiah Harris, the junior center, and now he'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. And that free throw, no good. Rebound brought in, though, by DeLacio Dancy, and the Lions have a second life here, and they'll take advantage. As Majeka-Dume lays it in for 2, and now we're tied at 13, just like that. A very productive trip down the floor for Albright. 14:25 to go in half number 1. Devils trying to take the lead back, and that one's stolen away. Dancy gets it up ahead to Majeka-Dume, 2-on-1, and he's got to lay it in for 2. Actually more like a 1-on-2. Majeka-Dume outnumbered, but still gets that layup to go. And FDU-Florham now finds themselves down 2. Couple of subs set to check in for Lions. Nearly lost it there as they try to go step back 3. And that one's good for 3. For the Lions as Andy Florentine gets that to go. And it's 16-15. Now Lions trying to get the lead back, but they lose that one on a baseline turnover. Now here's a 3 in front of the Albright's bench. That one's good. You got to cover these Devils anywhere on the floor as FDU-Florham is just knocking down the 3s. Florentine gets that one to go. 19-15. Albright calls a timeout with 13:11 to go. And they want to talk this one over as the visitors are on a 6-0 run in the last minute 5 of basketball. As they have a 4-point advantage now. That prompted that first timeout by the Lions. Dion Booker and Blake Thompson set to check into the game for the Lions. Thompson, a sophomore guard from Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Booker, a junior forward from Baltimore. And they look to provide a spark off the bench for these Lions. It's been back and forth early on. Both teams have shared the lead for a little bit of this first few minutes of the game. But right now it's a 4-point advantage for the visitors, FDU-Florham. And as I mentioned, those 2 new players checking into the game. Coming in for them, also coming in for FDU-Florham, LaRocca's back in, and also checking in for the first time is number 21, Tommy Drubelis. That one's no good, FDU basketball. Those 2 come in for Schultz and Santil on FDU-Florham's side of things as they look to elongate their largest lead of the day. Smoot and Brown were the ones heading to the bench for Albright during that timeout. 12:33 to go here. Drive, step back, jumper, got it. FDU-Florham just is knocking a lot of their shots down as LaRocca comes right off the bench. He had early baskets for the Devils, went to the bench, now steps right back up and picks right up where he left off before he went to the bench for that brief trip. Now here's Blake Thompson, now back to him, and he's trying to work it to the low block to Harris, but they got it carried up good. Now Thompson gets his own rebound back, kicks it out, shot clock underneath, and that one no good. And a foul. That foul going to be on FDU-Florham number 11, LaRocca, and that's why he went to the bench earlier, as he had a first personal foul, now picks up his second there, so he'll go to the bench with those 2 personals. We'll see how long he stays there. Lions still with the basketball, under 12 to go. Harris fade away in the lane, good for Isaiah Harris to stop the scoring run. The Albright Lions were scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds prior to that basket. Now cut it to a 4-point deficit.
By the way, Santil was the one that checked back in for LaRocca there on that last substitution. Now here's good cut in the lane, floater, that one sat up there, doesn't go. Lions get the rebound. A three here can get them to within one. And they'll call a carry on Majekadumi and a turnover by the Lions. So it'll be Devils basketball here. A couple of turnovers on both sides, but 5 for Albright here in the early going. Actually, correction, 6 here in the early going. So something to clean up for the Lions as this game continues. There's a jumper, kiss off the glass for 2. Banks open on a Sunday for FDU-Florham and Cameron Santil. As they're back up by 6. Now backing him down is Harris. He goes up, floater, that one good. Harris is having a good start to this game, as Harris now has got 8 points here for the Lions, nearing the midway point of the opening half. And a traveling call turnover on the Devils. Substitution coming in here. A couple of players on both sides checking into the game. Coming in for the Lions, number 10, Mark Brinkley Jr. And a whistle, foul, turnover on the Lions. Also in the game for Albright. Is number 10, as I mentioned, Brinkley Jr. Dancy out, Majekadumi is out, Brinkley and Sidney Brown are in. Nigro and Ortman are out for the Devils. Whitaker and Schultz are in the game. Derek Whitaker coming in for the first time, a freshman from South River, New Jersey. That foul there on Brinkley. This one kicked out, baseline jumper, that one no good. Rebound up for grabs, gotten by the Devils, and they put it back up for 2. Way to stay with it by Andy Florentin, and he got that to go. Now the Lions down by 6, and another turnover. Devils trying to increase their lead here. Good defense, though, by Albright on this trip down the floor. Now kick it for the 3. That one no good. Rebound brought in by Booker. And a traveling call called on Albright, and another turnover by the Lions. Something they just have to work on here in this game. It's been plaguing them here in the early going. Whistle and a timeout called by FDU-Florham with 9:05 to go. We'll take it with them. Devils leading the Lions 25-19. We'll be back right after this with more on the Albright Sports Network. back here on the Albright Sports Network inside the Bowman Center. 25-19, FDU-Florham leads over Albright here in the second semifinal of the 2019 Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament here in Reading, Pennsylvania. And that one a turnover there by the Devils. Skip up ahead. Thompson tried to lay it in for two. That one no good. I think he was looking for a foul as well. Didn't get the call. Now the Devils are back in business on offense. And that one nearly stolen away. Shot clock under 10 now. And here's a three. That one no good from the top of the key. Chased down, though, by the Devils. They had 20 seconds put back on the shot clock after it hit the rim. And that one's good for FDU-Florham. And now here's a three for Albright on the other side. That one no good. And it hits that apparatus atop the basket, so it'll be out of play, and it'll be a throw-in here for the Devils. Under 8 to go. Down by 8. Scoreless are the Lions in the last 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Now using a little full court pressure and a jump ball. But the Arrow will keep it here. Good defense, though, by the Lions. And Coach Rick Ferry trying to do a little bit of everything, trying to give his team a little bit of energy on both the offense and defensive side of things as he finds himself down by 8 here in the first half. Kick it three, that one good. Another tray, this one by Tommy Drubelis. The freshman from Fanwood, New Jersey, knocks another tray down as FDU-Florham is now 6 for 13, shooting just under 50% from beyond the arc. Speaking of beyond the arc, here's a tray, that one no good. Long rebound, the Lions have. Now they drive, Brinkley goes up. Offensive foul called on Brinkley Jr. So wave off the basket. It did go in, but it's going to be an offensive foul on the sophomore from Baltimore, and he'll go to the line with he'll go to the bench now with 2 personal fouls. Coming in for him is Troy Smoot Jr., one of today's starters. So FDU-Florham to inbound the basketball, nearly stolen away by Smoot as they're trying to still use that full court pressure are the Lions. It has caused some fits here for the Devils, and it also resulted in a turnover there. Stolen away, Majeka-Dume has it, now he kicks it over near side. Jordan Guerrero, who just checked into the game, and that's going to go out of bounds. Foul called on FDU-Florham. That foul is going to be on Andy Florentin. Going to be the first on him and the 4th on the Devils here in the opening half. That'll send Guerrero to the line to shoot 2, a freshman from Baltimore, Maryland. And he misses the first. Substitution here for the Lions. Isaiah Harris comes into the game. Heading to the bench is Dion Booker. And here's the second free throw. And it is good. So 30-19 now. That stops a scoreless stretch of 3 minutes and 56 seconds for the Lions. That's twice now they've had pretty long droughts of not being able to put the ball in the basket, and that's been the biggest reason. That and the turnovers is why the Lions just haven't been able to get anything going offensively. Here's a tray. That one rims in and out, no good. Good rebound hauled in there by Albright. Now here's a three by Majeka-Dume. That one no good. Rebound up for grabs out of bounds. They'll say it went off of FDU-Florham, and it'll stay here with the Lions. Harris was in there battling for Albright. Still a 7-1 run, though, in the last 4 minutes and 28 seconds. For FDU-Florham, who has a double-digit advantage at the moment, 30-20 with 6:20 to go. Albright here with 20 seconds on the shot clock after the inbounding of the basketball. Majeka-Dume, skip pass near side, Dancy. Now to Harris. Harris working in the paint, and he'll put this one up. No good, rims and out, no good. But followed by Guerrero, and the second chance is good. Jordan Guerrero chases it down and puts it back up for two. And a smart play there by Guerrero to follow the basketball and gets that second chance. Now here's stolen away. It goes right to Smoot Jr., and he'll lay it in for two, as this full court pressure has been effective for the Lions. Another turnover caused, and nearly another turnover, but they'll call a foul as the Devils tried to split the double team there on that far side. And they're going to call that foul on Smoot, his first. The foul will set up an inbounds play right in front of the Albright bench. Devils inbound the basketball here, up by 6. Led by as many as 11 here in this half, but the Lions have chipped away since then. Shot clock under 10 now. And that misses everything, but Guerrero gets it. Now Albright trying to cut that deficit even less and get it down to one possession with a 3 here. Majeka-Dume trying to kiss it off the glass for 2. Rims in and out, no good. Devils get the rebound and quickly double team. Ball goes out of bounds off of the Lions, and it will stay with FDU-Florham. The Devils with 2 substitutions here. So a couple of fresh legs coming in off the bench for the Devils. And also for the Lions as well. Guerrero will go to the bench. Coming in for him, number 11, Sean Miller, a freshman from Sicklerville, New Jersey. And those substitutions for FDU-Florham, Drubelis and Whitaker are out. Nigro and Schultz are in for the visitors. Foul is on Smoot there, his second now. Something to keep in mind for the Lions as this game continues. That one stolen away by Dancy, handed off. Now here's a 3. That one no good, as Smoot tried to get the quick 3 and cut the deficit in half. Under 5 to go now. Here's a transition sidestep 3. That one no good. Rebound finds its way back to Ortman. That one is good there for the Devils. And Ortman got it to go there. Initial shot doesn't go, but they stay with it due to the Devils' persistence. Pays off on that trip down the floor. Now an 8-point lead for the Devils, 4:32 remaining in the opening half. Majeka-Dume drives after pump faking for the 3 and gets fouled. That foul is going to be on FDU-Florham's Andrew Schultz, the first on the freshman from Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey. Every single player on the Devils roster is from the state of New Jersey. And I think maybe there's a little clock issue there, but during that stoppage, they'll do a substitution. Smoot will go to the bench with those personal fouls. Coming in for him, number 4, Jordan Guerrero. 4:27 remaining here in the half. Dancy with the ball. Drives and loses it. Turnover. That's going to be the 11th turnover of the day for the Lions. On the other end, FDU-Florham thought they got the layup, rimmed in and out, no good. Then they lose out of bounds, and it'll go right back to Albright. So that works in their favor. After a turnover, it doesn't turn into any points. But still an issue for Albright, who's been scoreless in the last 1 minute and 42 seconds. Here's Harris. Back to him again on that low block. Faces the rim, trying to back down the defender. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound corralled by the Devils. Still 32-24. Good defense here by the Lions, but then finally a whistle, and that's going to be a foul on Jordan Guerrero. That is the first on him and the sixth on the Lions here in the opening half. Now here's a three, and it's good. Another tray falls for FDU-Florham. That's Andy Florentin, gets that one to go, as he now has a game-high 14 points after making that tray. He's got a good chunk of FDU-Florham's production here with 3:06 remaining. Shot clock at 10. Kick it back out, and a traveling call, changing of the pivot foots there by Harris, and a turnover called. An 11-point lead for the Devils. They get this one and break that full court press with ease this time. They working around to that far side now in front of the Lions bench. Drive, tipped out of play by Majekadumi, and it'll stay here with the Devils with 13 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Now jumper, that one good for Santil. Just got the ball right under the free throw line, turn around, and drained the jumper to get it to a 13-point advantage now, the largest lead of the day for FDU-Florham here with 2:23 to go. Dancy dances around everybody but misses the layup. Second chance, no good, but a foul called there on Majekadumi. Not on Majekadumi, excuse me, on FDU-Florham as Majekadumi tried to go up. That's going to be on Nigro, the first on him. Albright scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Majekadumi will try to end that drought here at the free throw line. And the first is good, so he is able to break the drought for now. Substitution here for the Lions in between the free throws, as the second free throw is good for Albright. Sidney Brown is in the game for Albright. Sean Miller went to the bench, and a whistle and a foul. This one going to be on Albright. I think we'll walk the floor for some free throws here. It's on Majekadumi, his first, the 7th on the team, so we will walk the free throw to the free throw line and shoot some free throws. There is Florentin, who will shoot a 1-and-1 as they are in the bonus. The first one is no good. Rebound brought in there by Guerrero. And here's Dancy now bringing the ball up the floor. A basket here can cut the deficit to single digits. Work it over, Majekadumi drives, takes on some contact, and gets the basket to go. Good finish at the rim for Samuel Majekadumi. And it's now a single-digit deficit for the Lions, who steal it away here. Now they're trying to turn some defense and offense up ahead to Harris, and a foul as Harris tried to lay up for the fast breakaway. 2 points, but was fouled from behind. Harris was in the act of shooting, so he will go to the line to shoot 2. He was fouled by Nigro, his second, the 7th on FDU-Florham. So here's 2 free throws upcoming for Albright, who's just made one of their last 5 field goal attempts. And the first is good. Substitution for the Devils. Coming into the game, number 25, Derek Whitaker, checks back in. As he comes in for Nigro, who's saddled with those 2 personal fouls. The second free throw is good as well, so 37-30 here with a minute 43 remaining. Now up ahead to the Devils go. Good ball movement and a foul called as Guerrero goes airborne on the pump fake by Whitaker. And Whitaker drew the foul, so they'll go to the line now to shoot 2. Actually, they will assign that foul to Dancy. That's going to be the first on him. And here are the free throws for Whitaker. And he made the first. Whitaker making his first trip to the free throw line today. As a team, they shoot 73% coming into today from the free throw line. Makes the second. 39-30 to score, under 90 seconds to go in the opening half of our second semifinal of the 2019 Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament. Virginia Wesleyan already in the championship game. They earned a big win over Cabrini in the first game of today's twin bill. Who will they face? We will find out a little later today. That one rimmed in and out, no good. A rebound brought in by FDU-Florham. Crowd here inside the Bowman Center looking for a walk. Whistle silent by our officials. Now up top. Santil drives, slapped away. They'll say it goes out of bounds off him, and it does. And good defense by Majekadume there causes a FDU-Florham turnover, their 9th of the game. So now here is Albright on offense. 42 seconds remaining here in the half. Majekadume trying to get a screen from Harris. He does. Kicks it over now. Drives. Sidney Brown. Skip pass. Corner. Guerrero. One more to Dancy. He'll spot up for a 3. Off the front of the rim. No good. Shot clock turned off. And here the Devils with the basketball can hold for the final shot of the opening half. And can get this lead to double digits if they can get a basket here in the final seconds. Devils layup is good. Slicing and dicing through the lane in the defense. And FDU-Florham scores for 2. But here's Majekadume. He can get it right back to single digits. Baseline jumper. It'll count, but it doesn't go. And that's the end of the first half. FDU-Florham, as Florentin gets that last 2 to go to make it a double-digit lead heading into the locker room for FDU-Florham, 41-30 in favor of the visiting Devils, as Albright with another scoreless drought here in the opening half. Scoreless in the final minute 43 of that half to now trail by 11. Florentin with a game-high 16 points to lead the way. In this one, he's the lone Devil in double figures. Heading into the locker room, Isaiah Harris and Samuel Majekadume with 10 points each for the Lions. So at the half here of our second semifinal of the Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament 2019 edition from the Bowman Center, it is FDU-Florham 41, Albright 30. We'll step aside here, take a little halftime break, come back with some more first half stats and analysis, and of course the second half action coming up in a little bit right here on the Albright Sports Network.
So welcome back inside the Bowman Center here on the campus of Albright College in Reading, Pennsylvania, as we are at the half here of our second semifinal of the 2019 Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament, as Reading and FDU-Florham made the trip to Reading and are leading Albright 41-30 in this game as the hosts find themselves down 11, and the Devils of FDU-Florham, big reason why they are where they are on the scoreboard. 7 for 16 from beyond the arc, including 16 points from Andy Florentin, who's 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. As a team, they're shooting 44% from three, are the Devils at the half. Albright, led by Isaiah Harris and Sam Majekadumi, both of which have 10 points at the break. Albright just 1 for 7 from beyond the arc. Certainly not a team that is one that makes a lot of three-pointers, shoots a lot of three-pointers, makes that a huge part of their offense, but when it is a 1 for 7 compared for 7 for 16, certainly a stat to highlight. Another stat to highlight as well, the turnovers, 12 turnovers for Albright there in that opening half. FDU-Florham not much better with 9 there in that. FDU with 14 points, though, off of those 12 turnovers by Albright, so they are making them pay for the miscues so far in this game. Let's see if they are able to clean those up and get ready here for the second half as we are about to get underway. Dancy, Majekadume, Harris, Brown, and Smoot, the 5 on the floor to start the half for the Lions, who will have the basketball to begin the second half of play. Down 11, 41-30 here as we are live on the Albright Sports Network with Albright men's basketball here on a Sunday late afternoon. We thank you all for tuning in. Jumper, Majekadume, good. And that's a good start for the Lions. Sam Majekadume goes 1v1 with the defender and puts the team on his back and gets the scoring started for the host Albright Lions. Now here the Devils drive, layup, stuffed, turnover. Good block there by Harris. And it's going the other way. Smoot lay it up and no good. Rebound. Whistle. Let's say there's going to be a foul on the floor. We'll see who it's on. I believe it's going to be on FDU-Florham. And that foul is going to be on FDU-Florham, so it'll stay here. It's on Nigro, his third personal, so he'll go to the bench. Now here's the top of the key three. That one no good. A rebound and a foul called on Harris, who was chasing that loose basketball. Now Nigro does go to the bench with those 3 personal fouls. So on the floor right now is Cameron Santil, who's inbounding the basketball, and Andy Florentin, who is the leading scorer in the game at the moment. Oliver Ortman, Kenneth LaRocca, as well as number 30, Andrew Scholes, as there was a shot clock issue there. It never started when they inbounded the basketball. So they will reset that here. Just 50 seconds into the second half right now. 41-32 is our score. The winner will advance to face Virginia Wesleyan in tomorrow's championship game of the Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament. That'll be a 4 p.m. tip-off. The loser of this contest will face Cabrini in the consolation game at 2 p.m. right here at the Bowman Center. Jumper just inside the arc. Good. Tickles the twine to number 13, Oliver Ortman, as he now gets into double figures. Give him 11 points for FDU-Florham. Here's Smoot with a jumper. That one smooth for Smoot, as the junior from Glen Burnie, Maryland, gets this to just a 9-point deficit now, as Albright trying to chip away here in the early going of the second half. Now a drive, thought about a step-back jumper, did LaRocca, instead he'll hand it off for a deep 3. That one rimmed in and out, no good, off the hands of Ortman. Now here's Majekadume. He looks like a man on a mission. He is, goes up and gets fouled en route to the hoop. They'll say it was on the floor, though, I believe. They will say that. So it's going to be an inbound basketball.
It is on number 30, Andrew Schultz of FDU-Florham. And now that one up and good. Inbounds play, and then the finish by Harris for 2. And just like that, it's 43-36. Albright chipping away just under 2 minutes in here of this second half. Here's a drive and missed the layup. Looking for a foul, didn't get one called. Harris was on defense. Kick it out. Here's a thought about a three to Brownstead. Drives, floater, that one no good. Tipped up and still up for grabs. Brown gets his own rebound. Left-handed layup is good. Sidney Brown stays with it after missing the initial look and lays it in for 2. And now it's just a 5-point game in favor of FDU-Florham, who gets fouled on the other end as Oliver Ortman drives baseline and gets fouled as he goes up for 2. Foul is on Smoot. That's his third personal foul. We'll see what Coach Ferry decides to do with that news. Ortman at the line shooting 2 for the Devils. The first one rims in and out, no good. Substitution here for the Devils. Coming in is number 21, Tommy Drubelis. And the second is good. And Drubelis came in for LaRocca of FDU-Florham. Now here's Smoot, mindful of those 3 personal fouls. Now Majekadume drives. They say no basket. It's a foul on the floor, so the basket won't count. And they'll inbound the ball underneath their own rim. Foul is on FDU-Florham. It's on Schultz. That's his third personal foul, so he'll go to the bench with those 3. Coming in for him, number 11, Kenneth LaRocca. So a short stint on the bench for him. Lions inbound the basketball, get it to Harris, kicks it out to Smoot. Smoot thought about a 3, he's getting a screen from Harris. Now they'll work the ball around. Still got time, shot clock down to 11. Harris double teamed, kicks it back out. Smoot step back 3, no good. A rebound, tipped out of play by Dancy, and it'll be FDU-Florham basketball. (44-38) the score. 6-1 run by Albright in the last 2 minutes and change. They want to try to end that. Now here's a right-handed layup. That one no good. Rebound corralled by Dancy. Lions down by 6. Transition 3 by Brown. That one no good. Rebound initially was possessed by Brown, but then he got it tipped away. So now here FDU-Florham is on offense on the other end of the floor. Goes around everybody. Stopped, nearly lost it. And they'll save it. That was LaRocca who initially was driving in the lane. Now here, thought about a 3, dig Drubelis, and it's taken away. Albright with the ball. 16:04 to go. And now Majekadume, kiss off the glass for 2. Sam Majekadume now with 14 points. A team high total at the moment, makes it a 4-point deficit for the hosts. And a whistle and a foul called there, and a timeout called by FDU-Florham. We'll take it with them with 15:46 to go in this one. Albright's creeping back into it, 44-40. The Devils lead. Will be back after this with more on the Albright Sports Network. back here inside the Bowman Center. Coming out of the timeout, it's going to be FDU-Florham basketball. 15:46 to go, and the Devils lead by 4. Now here, floater rims in and out for a second and then spins back in. It thought about it for a while, but eventually falls for Florenton. And that one no good on the other end by Albright, and FDU-Florham gets the rebound. Florenton with the ball, now kicks it over, driving, floater in the lane, good by Oliver Ortman for 2, who's having himself a strong second half now with 14 total points. Had 9 in the opening 20 minutes of play. Now Smoot in the lane, count it, and a foul. Troy Smoot Jr. with the 3 personal fouls, still keeping that physicality up, and drives in the lane and gets the 2 to go. Will now go to the line to try to get 1 more. And a substitution here for the Devils. Coming in now, 25, Derek Whitaker into the game for the Devils. And that will send Santil to the bench with 2 personal fouls. The free throw no good, so it'll stay 48-42, 14:46 to go. Devils with a sluggish start, not what they had in that first half, but they still maintain a 6-point lead. Baseline jumper's good. Maybe they'll start to heat up here a little bit. Ortman with another one. He's single-handedly maybe willing this team to try to get that offensive spark that they had in that opening half. And that one to Harrison, a low block. He's got 3 Devils around him. Kick it, Smoot, corner 3. That one no good. Devils with the rebound. Now here, top of the key, 3, that one's good, and that's a little bit more of what we saw from the Devils in the first 20 minutes of play. Florenton with the top of the key 3 makes it 53-42, and just like that, they're on a 5-0 run before that basket in the last minute. Smoot ended that little run there to get it back to a 9-point deficit, but we start to see this offense wake up here for the Devils. Now here, Majekadume swats that one away. Well done there, a much-needed stop for the Lions. Can they turn defense and offense? Smoot, jumper, no good. Rebound up for grabs. Dancy tips it back in. Great hustle play, and they capitalize with 2. They tip it to Majekadume, who finds the open Sidney Brown, who lays it in for 2. Great play by DeLacio Dancy. That's the kind of stuff that doesn't show up in the box score, but great job there by Dancy and the Lions to now cut it to 53-46 in favor of FDU-Florham. Timeout called here by Albright after that hustle play with 13:14 to go. Sidney Brown with 9 points now. Albright just 1 for 10 from beyond the arc, a team that coming into the game is shooting 35% from 3. Nearly the same amount that FDU-Florham was. They're shooting just under 37%. But right now, it's FDU-Florham's 3-point shooting ability that's really allowed them to hold on to this lead that they've had for the majority of the game. They're 8 for 18 from beyond the arc. And now here are the Devils with the basketball out of the timeout. And that one is good for FDU-Florham. LaRocca gets that one to go for the Devils, and a foul by them on the other end. That foul is on Nigro, his 4th, so he will go to the bench with those 4. Coming back in to the game is Andrew Schultz. The Pinelands Regional High School grad. And then immediately a foul called as they try to get that quick insertion pass to Harris. And he immediately gets contacted and fouled. That foul's on FDU-Florham's Tommy Drubelis. That's the first personal on him. Jekadumi with the basketball in hand. 12:42 to go. Skip pass all the way over to the far side. Nearly went into the bleachers. Dancy now with it. 3, no good. Harris gets the rebound, kicks it back out. Jekadumi, he'll spot up for the top of the key 3. That's no good. And rebound picked up by FDU-Florham. So a couple of good looks there from beyond the arc for the Lions. But what has been the underlying theme today, they've come up empty-handed from 3. But they're hanging in there. Lions not letting FDU-Florham pull away here in the second half. And there a foul called on Mark Brinkley Jr., who tried to cut through the double team in that screen. That's going to be the third personal on Brinkley, by the way, and the third on the Lions here this half. Now another foul on Albright. That's going to be on Jekadumi. That is going to be his second personal foul and the fourth on the Lions here in the second half. And that one nearly stolen away. Dancy hits the floor. Now they got to recover. They got an open man. He'll try to 3, and there you go. Oliver Ortman has been hot here in the second half. Give him now 19 points. That's 10 for him here in this second half. And we're not even 10 minutes into the game. Excuse me, into the second half. And it's now a double-digit lead again for the Devils. That jumper no good by Brown. And the Devils now will maybe try to go on a little run. They're already on a 5-0 spurt in the last minute 38. And they want to try to extend that one. Albright hasn't scored in nearly 2 minutes. Something I've said several times in this game happened on a couple different stretches in that opening half. Another thing that plagued them there. Now shot clock at 4, deep 3. That one no good. A rebound hauled in by Jekadumi. And he's looking to go coast to coast. Pulls up, jumper at the elbow. Got it. Sam Jekadumi a little beyond that elbow, and he drained the jumper to get it to within 10 with under 11 to go. Now that one tipped away by Brinkley. Good active hands on the defensive end, but FDU-Florham will keep it. And a foul called on Sidney Brown on defense there on that far side of the court. That is the first on Brown, the fifth on the Lions here in half number 2. Jordan Guerrero comes in here at the stoppage of substitution. He'll send Dancy to the bench. Stop shot, that one rims in and out, no good. Harris will bring in the rebound. Jekadumi trying to go one-on-one with Ortman, goes up, it would have counted. Instead, he'll go to the line to shoot 2. A little stutter step, Ortman trying to recover. And now Jekadumi will go to the line to shoot 2. That is the first personal foul on Ortman here in the game, the 7th on FDU-Florham in the half. So a lot of free throws could be upcoming here for Albright and over the final 10 minutes and 27 seconds. They're already in the bonus. Here's 2 upcoming for the junior Jekadumi, and he misses the first. His first miss today. Santil comes into the game for FDU-Florham and will send number 21 Drubelis to the bench. Guerrero is in for Sidney Brown. And here's the second free throw upcoming for Jekadumi, and it's good. So 58-49, 10:25 to go. Albright has kind of hung around this point all game, especially in the second half, and they pick his pocket, stolen away. Guerrero wide open in the slam for 2. Great defensive effort there by Guerrero and Brinkley, and Guerrero gets the loudest cheer from the Bowman Center crowd so far this afternoon. Now more active hands and a full court pressure calls a timeout. Does head coach Jeff Slanovic of FDU-Florham trying to save his team, who, mind you, only has 2 seconds to get it across half court now. So the timeout bails him out momentarily here with 10:04 to go, as that intensity picked up quickly and a little momentum swelled for the Lions there, causing the timeout there by the Devils. FDU-Florham's been scoreless in the last minute, 54 now. A quick little 5-0 run for the Lions, including that slam dunk by Guerrero there that prompted the timeout after the defensive intensity gave the Devils some fits on that ensuing inbound. So now they only have 2 seconds here. They're going to be inbounding the ball right by the bench of Albright, and they have just 2 seconds to get it across midcourt. We'll see what the play they do and how the Lions can get it inbound. And they got to hurry. And they do get it over. Shot clock now under 5, and the 3 is good. Shot clock dwindling, but the tray goes for Andy Florentin. And with 9:35 to go, it's now a 10-point lead once again. FDU-Florham's not led by more than 13. So although they've shot very well, Albright has done things like that, and Majekadume answers a 3 with a tray of his own and gets the game back to a closer margin. And that's what Albright's done. The offense hasn't exploded like we've seen in other games. The turnovers have been plaguing them. Now, although they have been much cleaner here in the second half. They had 12 turnovers in the first half, have yet to have one here in half number 2. But they've stuck around, made baskets when they needed to, and right now we're only down 7. But here's a 3 that'll quickly change that. A 3 by number 3, Cameron Santil. Gets it back to a 10-point lead. And they working around to that far side. Now Harris on that low block. He's backing down, kicks out, Smoot. Stutter step now backing down his defender, pulls it back out. Shot clock at 10 for Albright. Majekadume drives, play it away, it'll count. Doesn't go, but Majekadume will go to the line to shoot 2. Good drive, stutter step, work off the contact and fade away for Majekadume. And that'll get the foul on Florentin, his second, the 8th on the Devils here in the half. And he will shoot 2 at the free throw line, Will Majekadume. He is 3 for 4 at the foul line so far today. And that one is good. Substitution for the Lions into the game is number 3, Dion Booker. He'll send Harris to the bench before this second free throw here by Majekadume. Second is true as well. 8-point deficit, 8:31 to go. Drive, Majekadume on defense. Spin around jumper, no good. Rebound there by Booker. Now Majekadume getting a call from Coach Ferry on the sidelines, and he'll just pull up and try the 3, and it's good. And he shows us 3 fingers, letting you know that's for 3, and gets it down to just a 5-point deficit now. They got it this close earlier in this half, but really haven't gotten it down to 1 possession yet here. They're on a 5-0 run in the last minute, all by Majekadume, but that one quickly silenced by a good finish at the rim with the left hand by Andy Florentin, who makes it back to a 7-point deficit. So just as I was lauding the Lions, who have a 3 here, and that tickles the twine, Troy Smoot Jr. Coach Ferry left them in there with those 3 personal fouls, and it's paying off here as he has made some key baskets. And here's a 3 on the other end, that one no good. And as I was saying, we've been lauding the Lions for their ability to make timely baskets and stay in this game, but you got to give the Devils the credit too for being able to keep Albright at bay, because Albright has surged back into this game several times, but the Devils have done a nice job of keeping them at arm's length. That one nearly stolen away from behind, but they'll call a foul on Albright as they tried to pick his pocket in transition. Albright trailing by just 4 with 7:11 to go. That foul's going to be on Jordan Guerrero, his second, and the 6th on Albright here in the half. Substitution. Sidney Brown will come back in for Sam Majekadumi, and we'll have a whistle. Little conversation here with one of our officials at the scorers table. Today's officials, Ed Corliss, Chris Miller, and Ernest Hamilton III. All that's squared away. Shot clock reset to 20. That was the issue. It was showing 29 previously. Inbounding the basketball are the Devils here underneath their own rim. That one nearly stolen away. Loose basketball up for grabs. Sidney Brown has it in transition. Now left-handed layup. That one doesn't go, but a rebound brought in by Booker. Now here's a three. That one no good. The Bowman Center would have exploded if that went in, because it would have got him to within 1. But no good, but still good defensive effort by the Lions there. Here with 6:48 to go. You can kind of feel the crowd here. The Albright faithful get back into it. Now they kick it, thought about a corner three. Did Schultz, drives. Crowd looking for a travel, doesn't get it. Shot clock at 5. They got to work quickly. Now here's a jumper, and it's good by LaRocca with just 4 on the shot clock. He gets it to go and pushes the lead back to 6 for the Devils with 6:18 to go. Now here's a 3. That one no good. Rebound by the Devils. Now they settle it down. Coach Slanovic calling a play in from the sidelines here, trying to get his team back up by double digits. Smoot went for the steal, and then a carry called on Ortman. He kind of heard the footsteps of Smoot from behind, and then commits the turnover. Dancy will come into the game in place of number 10, Mark Brinkley Jr. for Albright here at the stoppage. And Lions basketball as we dip under 6 minutes to go here in the game. Here's a 3, and it's good. Sidney Brown with a tray to make it a 1-possession game, as Albright has gotten the closest they've gotten in quite some time, down to 68-65 now with 5:38 to go. Now here's a 3, and it's good. That silences the crowd. Oliver Ortman for 3. And got the Lions, who were thinking they're right back into it, now trailing by 6 once again. 5:15 remaining. Sidney Brown jump layup, and good. Good jump stop and left-handed finish in the lane for Sidney Brown, who gets it to go for 2. Give him now 14 points for the Lions. Under 5 to go now. Trailing by 4 are the Lions. Still anyone's game. A great competitive basketball game here in the 2019 Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament. Drive, floater in the lane. That one's good for number 13, who cannot miss today. The West Essex High School graduate, Oliver Ortman, now has 24 points, and 15 of those have come here in the second half. Isaiah Harris back in the game for the Lions. As you see, Smoot and Guerrero go to the bench. Majekadume also back into the game. That turnover there by Smoot. It was a steal by Ortman, who's doing it on both the offense and defensive ends. Little full court pressure there by the Lions. We've seen that in different spurts throughout this game as well. 4:21 to go. Down by 6 and stolen away. Majekadume has it, and he'll go up for the left-handed, then switch to the right-handed layup. And Majekadume makes it a 4-point game now. Good full court pressure here. Canada got it across midcourt, and they don't. But they call a foul on the Lions. It was just about to be a 10-second violation, and the whistle there, and the foul bails out the Devils, who are about to have a turnover with a 10-second violation. Instead, now they're going to the line to shoot some free throws. Santil will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. The foul on Sidney Brown, his second to seventh on the Lions, which is why we're going to the free throw line. It puts the Devils in the bonus as well. And the first is no good, so no harm, no foul. Well, there is a foul, just no harm, as there is no basket there. Now up, and it'll count as Majeka Dume tries to fight through traffic. And he will go to the line to shoot two now. Foul was on Santil, his third personal foul, and the 9th on FDU-Florham. First is no good by Majeka Dume. Substitution here for the Devils. Nigro into the game. Santil will go to the bench with those 3 personal fouls with 3:54 to go. Second is good. So just a one-possession game, 73-70, 3:50 to go here in this one. Double team, they do break it, and they get it across midcourt after nearly not being able to do that last possession. Lions looking for a stop here to score on the other end to potentially tie this game. They haven't led since it was 3-0 in the first minute. Now trailed by just 3. It's been all Devils out front in this one. Step back jumper, toeing the line, would be a 2, and it got it. Shot clock dwindling as well, but the Devils, number 12, Andy Florentin, steps up and drains a key basket to get it to a 5-point lead now. Majeka Dume nearly lost it as he tried to shoot a 3. Dancy with it now, step back, and he pushes it off. Now Brown for 3, no good, long rebound. Brown gets it, but then there's a push, a foul on the floor as Albright tried to fight for the rebound. I believe Harris was pushed in the back. It was. Schultz was the one that pushed him. That's his 4th personal foul. And now Harris will go to the line. Substitution, though. Majeka Dume will go to talk to Coach Ferry, and he'll fake me out. So it's eventually going to be Booker to the bench and Guerrero back into the game, but the officials say he has to wait until after the first free throw. And here's Harris with that first free throw. He's 2 for 3 from the line today, and that one misses everything. Now here's the substitution. Booker to the bench, Guerrero into the game. So Harris now at the free throw line, shooting one more. And that one's no good. So 0 for 2 from the line. Perfect trip could have made it a one-possession game. So remaining 75-70, under 3 minutes to go. Devils want to try to get a basket here and push it back closer to double digits. The Lions know they need a stop. Time running out. Shot clock at 8. 3, no good. A rebound by Albright. That's big for the Lions. Now Lions drive, step back, toe on the line to be a 2, and no good. Rebound, FDU-Florham. 2:18 to go. Albright needs a stop again, down 5. Time running out in this one. And they call a timeout to FDU-Florham. They want to talk this one over, and we'll step aside and take the timeout with them. With 2:09 remaining, FDU-Florham leads 75-70 over the Albright Lions. We'll be right back after this with the finish here on the Albright Sports Network. back inside the Bowman Center here on the campus of Albright College. 2:09 to go here in our final semifinal of the Crowne Plaza Holiday Tournament 2019 edition. FDU-Florham with the basketball up by 5. Kick, one more pass, and the 3, no good. And Osei goes up top the backboard, out of bounds. And that's the look the Devils wanted out of the timeout. They got it into their hot hand, Oliver Ortman, who's got 24 points today. Only behind Florentin, who's got a tied for a game-high 28. Now here's corner 3 by the Lions. That one no good, and a foul on the floor by FDU-Florham as Guerrero was trying to fight for that rebound, and it looked like he kind of got cleared out there, maybe a little bit of a pull. The FDU-Florham crowd does not like the call here inside the Bowman Center. It was a big one, but it will send Jordan Guerrero to the line to shoot 2 free throws as they're in the double bonus now with 1:49 to go. Guerrero 1 for 2 from the free throw line today. Santil in the game now because Joseph Nigro was the one called for that foul, and that's his 5th personal, so his day is done. Guerrero here for the first free throw goes in for the Lions, who get it to 4 now with 1:49 to go, and the second one upcoming here to get it to a 1-possession game. And that one is good as well. So with 1:49 to go, it's 75-72 in favor of FDU-Florham. Full court press here, and it works. Stolen away. Guerrero hands it off. Brinkley goes up. The whistle silent, misses it. Third chance, no good, and then FDU-Florham gets the rebound. So no harm there by FDU-Florham, who calls the timeout. Does coach from the sideline as he sees just disaster maybe brewing for his team there. But luckily for them, Albright couldn't capitalize on a turnover, although they had 2 to 3 good looks there. Couldn't get it to go. And they'll take a full timeout, and we will take it with them here. 75-72, FDU-Florham clinging to a 3-point lead here with 1:30 to go. We'll be back after this with more on the Albright Sports Network. Timeout here, FDU-Florham to inbound the basketball. They get it in with no problem. Now can they get it across midcourt? Under 90 seconds to go. They do, but it's stolen away. Back-to-back steals by the Lions, but they nearly give it right back on a foul on Albright. A crazy sequence there, as Albright picks FDU-Florham's pocket, tries to go the other way with it, but then on the pass gets stolen away, and then a loose ball foul called on a Lion. Florentin was the one who had his pocket picked. That's his 4th personal turnover. Excuse me, it's just 4th turnover. Now a couple of substitutions here for Albright, as a foul was called on Jordan Guerrero. That's his 3rd. Guerrero's one of the 2 Lions going to the bench. Him and number 10, Mark Brinkley Jr. on the bench now. So it's Dancy, Smoot, Harris, Sidney Brown, and Sam Majekadume, the 5 on the floor for Albright. And Santil misses the free throw. So still a 3-point game. Smoot brings it up. Now Majekadume with it. He drives up and under and good. Sam Majekadume goes one-on-one with Oliver Ortman and gets the right-handed layup to go. He goes up and around and underneath, and now makes it just a 1 point game here, 75-74, 1:09 to go. Albright's defense has willed their way back into this. FDU-Florham is scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Albright has capitalized and has dwindled a deficit that was as many as 13 if you go all the way back to the later stages of that first half. They've climbed all the way back, trailed by just one, 75-74, and a big reason why, in my opinion, the turnovers for Albright. 12 by the Lions in that first half, just one here in the second half. Very key there. FDU-Florham has had several turnovers, just 9 in the first 20 minutes of play for them, now 8 here in this second half. A lot of it due to that pressure by this Albright defense. As they have turned up that defensive intensity, and it has paid off here with 1:09 to go. Albright's done a little bit of everything. Good defensive pressure, steals, fast break. FDU-Florham's scoring hasn't slowed down. They're still shooting 46% from beyond the arc. It's just Albright has worked their way back into it. So here we go, out of the timeout. And they do get it in. 75-74. FDU-Florham brings it up. Albright needs a stop. Under a minute to go. Down by one are the Lions. A spot in tomorrow's championship game of the Crowne Plaza tournament on the line. Ortman with it. Guerrero on defense. That one no good. Maybe tipped by Guerrero. He keeps it in. Harris gets it and he gets fouled. Isaiah Harris gets it on the baseline, toe tapped, and then gets fouled from behind, and will now walk the floor as Isaiah Harris will shoot 2 free throws here inside the Bowman Center. Some of the fans on their feet as they've seen the Lions work their way back into this game. And with 47.3, the Lions can take their first lead since the opening minute of the game. Harris steps to the line, 2 for 5 from the free throw line today. 0 for 2 his last time he was here. Misses the first. Substitution for the Devils. They'll send Santil to the bench, and coming back into the game is Drubelis. Here's the second free throw. This would tie the contest. And he misses them both. So it remains 75-74, 47 seconds ticking down remaining here. Devils with the basketball. FDU-Florham out of timeouts. Albright still has 3. Ortman with the ball. He's been the hot hand shooting all second half. Now they kick it here. 3, good for Andy Florham. Hits the 3. Andy Florham steps up and in front of his own bench drains the 3 to give him now a game-high 31 points. And that gives FDU-Florham a 4-point lead. Albright wants to get some substitutions, and there was a stoppage of play here, uncertain as to why there was, and it looks like Albright wants to call a timeout, and they do. And they take a full timeout here with 22.7 remaining, a huge three-pointer. Kenneth LaRocca credited with the assist, his second of the contest, but Andy Florham with a huge 3. He's 7 for 10 from beyond the arc today. Just almost automatic from 3 this afternoon, as he now has a game-high total, takes that mantle away from Sam Majekadume, who has 30 points to lead the Albright offense. And Florham has done a little bit of everything today as well to go along with his game-high points. He has 8 rebounds, so just a couple more rebounds shy of getting a double-double here today for the Devils, who are looking to advance to the championship game tomorrow against Virginia Wesleyan. So here we are out of the timeout. Albright will have the basketball, 78-74. Lions with 2 timeouts left after taking that one. Not a lot of time to waste, though. Shot clock turned off. Majekadume drives and gets the quick 2. Timeout Albright. And that's exactly how they drew it up. FDU-Florham probably talked about that in the huddle. And by the looks of the FDU coaching staff, that's not what they wanted the defense to do. So they give up a quick 2, get it to within 2 with 15.2 to go. Albright calls the timeout, and they want to talk it over here. And they have just 1 timeout remaining after this. And they will now go on defense, so FDU will have the ball out of this timeout. What will the Lions try to do? This defensive effort by them has been stellar here in the last couple minutes. They've done very well and have really gotten themselves back into this game with their defensive pressure and the miscues that they forced FDU-Florham into. For Albright, though, they've shot well. It's just FDU-Florham has shot a little bit better. 46% from the field are the Lions today, but FDU-Florham 56% field goal percentage today. Just a lot of those shots have fallen this afternoon. So here we go. Got to reset the clock here. We're still counting down the time remaining in the timeout, which they are going to let roll, I guess. 2-point lead for the Devils here. So 16.5 to go. Shot clock remains off, as I said. And they can run the baseline. They do. They get it in. Good ball movement right back to them. Will they foul? They do. And Smoot is the one to foul. Probably not who they wanted to foul because he already has 3 personal fouls. If they do credit it to him, they do. So that's going to be his 4th, and he'll likely have to go to the bench with those 4. They don't want him to foul out in case this game goes to overtime. But they'll keep him in. They'll bring in Isaiah Harris for Guerrero, more maybe an offense-defense kind of sub there from Coach Rick Ferry and company. And that will send number 11, Kenneth LaRocca, to the line to shoot 1-1. First trip to the free throw line today for him, and he misses it. A big miss. Now 12 seconds left. Majekadume with the basketball. Albright has 1 timeout. They're not going to use it. Majekadume goes and gets stolen away, and FDU-Florham has it. Sam Majekadume had a path to the rim, and he had the ball down low. I don't think he saw the Devils defender, and he gets stripped and a turnover. And he stands there in disbelief as he listens to Coach Ferry talk about the plan for the next possession. So now we'll walk the floor for some more free throws. FDU-Florham up 78-76, 4.5 remaining. Sidney Brown was the one who committed the foul. That's his 3rd personal. And he makes the first, does Andrew Schultz. This is his first trip to the line today. The Lions need a miss here to keep it a 3-point game. But he makes them both, and Schultz, perfect 2 for 2. Gives him a 4-point lead. Now Majekadume's got to get a 3. He shoots it, and no good, rims in and out, and that'll do it, as that's the end of the game. As Majekadume had a shot there to try to lay it in, got it stolen away, and then Schultz goes perfect 2 for 2 from the free throw line to put the game just out of the reach, as a valiant comeback effort falls just a bit short by the Albright Lions here today, as they fall 80-76 to FDU-Florham, as FDU-Florham improves to 5-5 overall. The Lions will fall to 6.